going to slide number 12. I want to compare a little bit here to what we're talking about. The national needs as defined by two congressional commissions. It was put forth a couple of years ago and said we need to be investing at all combined levels of government $200 billion a year. We're currently investing about $90 billion a year. We're underfunded to the tune of about 60%. And what the same commission said was that over the next 6 years, if we do nothing, the underfunding amount, the deficit will amount to about $400 billion. And that translates into jobs, it translates into roads not built, it translates into transit systems that are not expanded, on and on it goes. Let me turn now to basically 2 slides over. You'll see a graphic that has kind of a matrix of different revenue options. We put this revenue option matrix together to illustrate there are more things than gas tax one could do and wanted to about federal revenue. This totals about $1.1 trillion. We need somewhere in the range of about 235, 240 billion to pay for a program that's robust at about 550 billion. It's still not meeting the total need, but expanding as time goes on. This is simply illustrative, to give you an idea of things that could be done. The political will is probably not there to do anything. Looking at slide 15, the key from the federal system point of view is the system relies on fuel taxes. Fuel taxes are declining because of vehicle miles traveled declining. They're declining because of fuel efficiency, and they're declining because of the economy. And the national commissions called for short and long-term solutions for the revenue problem. One of them that they put on the table was switching from a gas tax that you pay, pump kind of figure, to vehicle miles traveled. So you think of it as your electric bill. This would be your kilowatt hours. Your vehicle miles you travel would be billed at a rate. The rate would come in almost like a utility bill. There are a lot of issues with this, including privacy, but also right now we have about 800 refiners that pay the taxes at the federal level. If we get into this system, we need about the capability to bill about 230 million people. So it's a huge undertaking. But nonetheless, something we'll be getting some consideration. So let me turn basically to the last slide and kind of summarize all of this. I started by telling you we're at a crossroads, and we are. And that crossroads will make a big difference for the future of the United States transportation system. And Congress and the administration face some of the most difficult choices that I've seen in all of my years, both in the federal government and in the private or nonprofit world dealing with these. State and local governments, it goes without saying, capable of doing this, will be pretty dramatically affected by the choices the federal economy has made here and what can be done. The nation will either benefit from the actions that are taken or be changed in very negative ways in terms of the system that's falling apart. The future truly is really now, and I have to commend you folks for being part of looking at the state of Maryland, what we can do on these issues, and hopefully coming to some ideas. I had an opportunity to speak to the Blue Ribbon Commission over here and give similar kinds of discussion in more depth. But I think we clearly are faced with some difficult choices. So I'll take just a few minutes and try to take any questions you might have or clarify anything I've talked about in more depth. I won't do this rather quickly. You're more than welcome, if you have a reason to want to call me to clarify anything that you think about it. Please feel free to do that. We'll provide the contact number. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions for Mr. Baffler, W. Resner?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Oh, there we go. The House version is now. Thank you for your presentation. It's enlightening and frightening at the same time. We're facing the exact same issues here. We primarily rely on the gas tax. We also rely on tolls and other highway user type fees, and all of that is in decline. And in addition to efficiency, obviously we're putting a focus on renewables, hybrid vehicles, presumably at some point electric vehicles, the revenue is going to continue to decline. The user per mile scenario seems inefficient in terms of building the population as well as getting an accurate count back. When we take a gas tax at the pump, we can control that, but to actually get somebody to honestly report back and pay a tax on that seems an inefficient process. Beyond just this list of little silver taxes here and there, are there any real strategies being considered that we can take back at a state level as well to think about how we get the revenue in, both for roads and highways, but also for mass transit, which will bear the brunt if we start using a mileage tax, if you will. Public transit's going to take the brunt of the people switching from highway to public transport. So are there any real scenarios being proposed here that we can take back as a state that we can implement, or is this everybody still sort of fumbling about for ideas?
Excellent question, and let me outline it this way. These two national commissions that I referred to, the National Transportation Policy and Revenue Study Commission and the National Transportation Finance Commission, looked in depth at the short-term and long-term ways to deal with this. What they concluded in the short run meeting today, the most efficient thing that could be done, politically unacceptable thing to be done, to raise the gas taxes. You can do it in an instant. It generates a lot of money. For example, at the federal level, a penny of gas tax increase brings in $1.8 billion. So their conclusion was, in the short run, if we're going to do anything, that's probably what makes sense to do. In the longer term, they focused a lot on these VMT systems, which were actually the way they envisioned they would work through a GPS system. Data will be collected by the vehicle and we're uploaded. It's a lot of complicated stuff. We commissioned at AASHTO, at the behest of the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee, the RAND Corporation to look at some other alternatives. Like, for example, if we had a VMT system, why not have, when you register your vehicle, you self-certify your mileage, send in a check and it gets paid once a year and it's done. They had reasons to look at that and say there's a lot of issues with that, but it could be done. The plain fact of the matter is I think you have three categories of choices. You either have a dedicated user fee revenue-based program like gas tax or some of those things that I outlined on that matrix there. Secondly, you rely on general funds for that purpose, which is paying for example, funds generated by sales tax reductions. Some states have a lot of local sales tax options, California, paying for specific projects. Or third, basically you go to a tolling system. You collect it that way. And there's a lot of toll growth in terms of systems, when more so than there are other. So that's kind of the universe of realities, because otherwise where you end up is very difficult to get to a collection system that makes any sense. And the gas tax originally came about as a compromise in 1956 versus what was planned, which was a toll road system. So that's about all I can give you in terms of research realities.
Thank you. SenatorJen.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Recently, Senator Jarjola and I were at a transportation forum, Council of State Governments conference, and there was a, I guess it's comforting to know that we're not the only ones going through these infrastructure challenges in the state and in the country, but one of the issue forums was on public-private partnerships, and just out of necessity to get these projects up and running, get people to work, move goods and services. A lot of thought has been put into more kind of creative approaches to funding large projects, light rail and bridges and things like that. Do you have any thoughts on how we might approach something like that in the state of Maryland?
Sure. I do actually. In fact, if you look at kind of, I think it was a visual of a pyramid, the direct user fees or taxes are the biggest chunk of it. Public-private partnerships, tolling, bonding, all play as part of a matrix of different funding components. The pluses, and I'll come back